on another adventure, and I've got a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say wisdom exactly, but I guess you could call it that in a way. I've just been, I don't know, lately in my life, I've just been kind of doing a lot of introspection, you know, and just thinking about where I'm at, and that's pretty much what this whole fucking vlog experience is. It's just me kind of doing my own introspection on what I think about things in this world, and the way to kind of approach things and to question things, I guess, you know. So one thing that I've been kind of questioning, or I've been kind of like going over in my head, is one thing that I always knew when I was a kid, right? And that thing is that I've always wanted to be an artist, man. You know, like, ever since I was a kid, that was like my main thing, you know? Like, I knew I wanted to be someone, you know? That was like talking to the masses, you know, and making people laugh, you know, and telling stories and being in movies. Like, that's what I've always wanted to do, right? And the thing is that, you know, being an artist, man, I feel like because we're in this kind of like society, like the main thing that is appreciated and kind of like, I don't know, told to us is that we have to make money, right? And most artists don't make fucking shit. They work on their craft for years and years and years, and might, after 10 or fucking 15 years, make a little bit of money off it, man. You know? And some people get lucky and get money earlier, man. But at the same time, most artists do the art solely because it's expression, and, you know, it's them being them. They don't have a boss telling them what to fucking do. They just do them. That's what I love about fucking this whole entrepreneurship, this whole artistry. You know, I love that. Okay? My problem, though, has been, one, the excuses that I've told myself over the years. You know, I figure it's like roadmaps, you know, and roadblocks. Okay, because you can map out a whole plan of the way that you're going to approach to get things, and at the same time, you can come up with your own roadblock ideas on the reason why you are not going to approach it anymore. Okay, so the biggest roadblock for me is that, you know, not only just being lazy or procrastinating, but also coming up with this whole thing where, you know, like I wanted to make film, and my main downfall with this whole thing is that I don't like the film industry, you know. I think the whole idea of the film industry is fucking stupid, because, you know, I hear about all these stories about people that get fucked over all the time, and their creativity is pretty much tarnished because somebody else is backing it, so they own everything that you're making. Or if it's not that, then if they do own it, they want to fucking put their own creation twist on it, which I don't fucking agree. Okay, because the whole point of art is liberation and expressing yourself, whether it's fucking good or bad art, man. It's all subjective. So that's the whole aspect of the reason why I love it, right? But lately I've been kind of going back to this question because I'm getting older, and I realized that I've spent so much time thinking about what I've wanted to do, trying to make the right moves, right? And the truth of the matter is that there's no right moves, there's no right choices. You just go with your gut and hope that it fucking pans out. Because majority of the time, that's all we have, bro. We live in the moment, and we just go for this. We go for this thing. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, we live in this moment, right? And that's all we can do. We can make our decision in the moment, right? And just like me doing this video, this vlog thing, all started from spontaneous things of me, you know, watching all these people doing the same shit that I'm doing right now. And I was thinking in my head, fuck, that looks so easy. And I know I can fucking do it. And yeah, anyway, just back to my fucking whole point. Yeah, I now that I'm getting older, I realize that, you know, it doesn't matter what job you're working. It really doesn't. You know, because I mean, things can be hobbies for a reason, and your hobbies can turn into a job. And doing art is a hobby. Okay? But it only turns into a job when you start marketing things like a fucking job. You know? But I also believe, like, it doesn't matter what job you're working. Get any job you can, earn the money that you want to earn, so that you can fund the things that you really want to fucking do. And that's what half the people in the world do, right? But at the same time, man, you're always trying to think of the next move, right? The next move. What's my career gonna be? I'm not gonna think about a career. I'm gonna look for now, and I'm gonna just hang out with my friends, and I'm gonna get drunk and do drugs, and I'm gonna experience life. I mean, that's what we do, right? That's our whole 20s, and trying to work out what the fuck we want to do, what sort of person we want to become, and yeah. And then because I'm reaching my 30s now, or nearly there, I'm not there yet, but I'm nearly there. I'm learning that it really doesn't matter what fucking job you do. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you don't have a piece of fucking paper that says you know this, then you're not going to get the fucking job right. So
I get the Xbox because I've like...
That's a sick fucking
I
mask,
reckon the
guys.
Xbox should run mad.
Yeah, right.
That's how big it is. Probably
Tell me a joke, fucking clown.
Okay, a joke.
Tell me a joke.
Camera's already on his face.
Look at me. How's it going, bro? What's your name?
Not bad. Nigel the Junkie.
Ah, okay. Tell us the story, bro.
Oh, you know, just had a shot up my asshole and it feels nice, yeah? Like, fuck, it hit me though. Like, look at me fucking eyes, can't even shut the fucking things, eh?
Well, what'd you take?
Fucking bit of this, bit of that, bit of bing, bit of bang.
Ah, true. So what was the wisdom that you learned from that experience?
Bro, you just gotta have more, yeah? Get my eyes going fucking bigger.
Ah, true, bro.
Yeah, mate.
So tell me, how do you get the money to get all your stuff, bro?
You know, just fucking rape girls.
Oh, so you steal from them, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's
go fucking
crazy.
pull a knife up to their throat, their mum's throat. Fuck the dad. Don't want to touch the dad, just touch the girls, mate.
Ah, true. So where'd you learn about this?
I just brought it up in my own head, mate.
Oh, true. So you're living off your imagination.
Yeah.
True, bro. So how's your brain still working after all this fucking shit, bro?
I don't know, bro. Fucking, you know, shit happens, huh?
Ah, true, bro. So how come your clothes are so fresh and so clean, bro?
I rolled a granny for it.
Oh, true, man. She's got some fucking style
Bro,
on her, bro.
you seen how steez she was, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Fucking fresh as fuck.
So do you think that's like a thing that people should do? Fucking rob grannies,
Nah,
bro?
they shouldn't do that. Only I should.
Ah, true. I get it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like it's just like a one person's, you know.
Ah, I
thing,
get it.
yeah,
I get
like
it.
I don't like when people try and copy my style. Like, you know, just do it for yourself.
So what style would you say that you have?
Fucking a bad style.
Ah, bro. I feel ya.
Yeah.
So do you want anything to go out with, bro? You want a catchphrase to go out with?
See you on the flip, boy.
Yeah, brother. What's going on, bro? What's your name?
Tyson, brother.
All right, Tyson. Tell us the story, bro.
Fucking, I don't know, a story. One time I was at the train yard painting the train, yeah. Done a run up on the train. Some hero came up here, some old couple here. And you know, like, I thought I know, like, you know, like reflective vests on and all that shit, you know. Thought they were PSOs or some shit, or just like, you know, cleaners or some shit. Ended up, like, you know, chasing me around. I tripped, yeah, broke my ankle, yeah.
Fuck.
Didn't stop, yeah, nah, fuck those, yeah, broke my ankle, yeah. Didn't even, like, fucking heal, like, properly nothing, yeah. Anyway, just got stuck up in this fence here, couldn't jump the fence properly nothing, yeah, so. Heroes, like, old people ended up catching up to me, yeah, with everything, so, yeah. Cops ended up fucking dicking me and everything, mate.
So did they take you to hospital for your ankle?
Yeah, no, I went to hospital first, and chucked in the
Fuck
car.
pussy, mate.
All that shit, yeah. It's fucking yeah. Cops didn't arrest me, like, back to the cop shop or nothing, they just, you know, got my name, gave me fine and all that shit.
So what was the piece of wisdom that you learned from that experience?
You're fucked.
Make sure you're faster than old people if you go out graphing, yeah. Might be the wisdom.
So you reckon cardio for people that are doing graphing, bro, is very important.
100%, that's 100%.
So do you want to let the viewers know for a tag to look out for, or what? Or nah, that's too red hot. Don't say that. But yeah, and do you have any advice for anyone who wants to do graphs? It's just like get cardio and practice drawing on what, like paper, or practice just spraying up
I reckon to start off with a pencil, bro. Like get a pencil, like get a paper to start sketching, like grab an eraser or something, you know, it's even better.
Yeah, true.
Let's move on to, you know, bigger things, bro.
So how long have you been graphing for, bro?
Myself, probably like 4.5 years, yeah.
Yeah, true.
What about yourself, bro? You graph?
I used to back in the day, but these days no, bro. But yeah, I feel like when you're younger, it's all about rep, bro. When you're older, it's just about the artwork, you know.
100%.
So, but yeah, do you want a catchphrase to go out with, bro?
Catchphrase, fuck. Catch on the flip side, cuz.
Yeah. All right.
Hey guys, listen, I've been stewing this idea for ages, and I just kind of wanted to give it, I don't know, just give a little wisdom or whatever's, you know. For years, like I haven't really had much of a social group for years, right? And that's mostly to do with myself, because I can be somewhat introverted at times, but at the same time, I feel like my lack of rapport and my lack of effort, you know, kind of destroys some of my relationships, you know. So besides that, anyway, the whole point I was trying to get at is that I've been somewhat isolated for most of my life, and the things that I learnt was that society, for me, it just felt like everybody uses each other, and everyone's, you know, potentially hanging out with one another to use them in some sense, right? But use is such a harsh word, right? So you could say help, right? But I see, and I know this is going to make it sound blunt and like I don't give a shit and stuff like that in terms of empathy for people, but I used to think of it as like people are like tools, you know, and you use tools for a specific job, right? So say for example, you know, like I'd pick up a girl and her main tool for me was comfort and sex, right? That was it. And I think for her, the tool I was for her was to cure her loneliness and her crippling self-esteem because of all the guys that have treated her like shit, you know? So we kind of used each other in that aspect, right? At the same time, there was other things too, like for example, you know, like say you use like one of your mates to score drugs off, right? And that's the main reason why you hang out, is because you use drugs together, or you score drugs off them, or you do both, right? And he's using you because he knows that if he scores for you, he's going to get something out of it, right? And You're using him because you know he's the only person that knows this person to get you what you want. So you use each other, right? Now the word use applies, you know, like, I don't know, like abuse, right? Because AB is at the front and use is at the end, right? And you can abuse things. You can do that. It's true, right? But I also think, like, it all depends on the way that you look at things, right? Nothing is ever personal. We are selfish human beings, okay? If you want to use the word help and everyone seems to help each other and all this shit, right? If you want to use that word as a metaphor, use it. If it makes the whole thing change its meaning, then use that word. He's helping me with this and I'm helping him with that. If you prefer that metaphor. Some people do. But anyway, this is the way I kind of perceive the world, right? And it used to make me so mad because of the same reason that I brought up. Because I felt like there was no compassion. It was all like, you know, you got a job to fulfill, and if you can't fulfill that, then my feelings towards you are mute. And that's not just, you know, how I would perceive them, but that's the same way that they would perceive me. And alternatively, doesn't really give you much trust and loyalty in terms of meeting new people. Another thing too is that for many years, because I grew up in a house that was mainly based on drugs, man, and partying, and that was their main social gatherings, was like, okay, we're going to get drunk this weekend, I'm going to hang out with my friends, and that's what we do. That's how we have fun, right? And for years, like, I've never really had a big issue with drugs. Like, I've dabbled here and there, you know, I've gotten maybe, like, my worst ever fucking habit would have been, like, maybe, like, 3 months constantly every day, right? But I realized that that wasn't the lifestyle I wanted to live. I just felt like I was a zombie. But, anyway, like, I felt like when I was younger, I was taught this, right? So, the one thing that I wanted to do more than anything, and I know how pathetic this sounds, but all I wanted to do was get drunk. Because my dad would tell me it was the most greatest things that he's ever done in his life was getting drunk and doing drugs with his friends, man. You know? And my mum, she's very similar in that aspect, because her greatest experiences were the same things. And I'm not gonna lie, same deal for me. But the thing that I fucking, like, that really flipped, you know, the switch for me was that when I realized that that component was out and I wasn't no longer using anything, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking weed, I wasn't doing anything at all, right? All those people that I was hanging around disappeared. They all disappeared. And this is how I got that whole thing about how people just kind of, like, you know, they use you in a sense, right? So I was using them because we were doing drugs together and we were kind of hanging out because we were doing the same thing. But the moment we weren't doing the same thing anymore, it was like my use was gone. It's like, oh, well, you're not doing drugs, well, fun of you, right? And I guess that's kind of how I perceived them, was like, well, these guys are using drugs and feel like you're not getting anywhere in life. And me, I feel like I want to go somewhere. And you guys are kind of just making me feel like a fucking loser hanging around you, you know? And again, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're an arsehole. How can you feel like this, right? How can you feel like this? You've been hanging out with these people for years and years on end, and yet you think that hanging out with these people makes you a loser. Fucking oath it does, man. Because another thing too is that the people you surround yourself with is who you fucking become. Yeah? So it's very fucking wise to invest time in the right people. and this is the point that I'm wrapping up about, right? Is that I feel like many people make excuses about, or they're shy, so I don't know if I should talk to them because maybe they're silently judging me. And sometimes that is the case, right? But sometimes it's like people don't want to invest their energy into someone that doesn't share the same values as them, right? So what's the fucking point? Like, yeah, there's niceties and showing compassion and all this shit, right? Which is generally what you want to do in terms of feeling like a better person about yourself, right? But at the same time, just remember that not everyone with a smile on their face and someone who's agreeing with you is your fucking friend, okay? It's a fact. And I'm not being a dick, I'm just giving you straight up, okay? So the thing that I've learnt through this whole experience is that you pick your friends wisely. Show kindness to everyone that you can, but remember, only invest in the people that you want to invest time in. And another thing too, drugs, yes, can be a social lubricant in terms of gatherings, right? Because we have all these hubs. We have cafes. Cafes have caffeine. That's a drug. Everyone gathers at a cafe, right? We have bars. What do people do at bars? See, you're getting the point, yeah? So there is some form of necessity out of that, but it's not all, okay? When you realize that that you can add that into a dynamic of a relationship with people that you want to hang out with, it's cool. But remember that it's not the sole aspect. You feel me? It's not the sole aspect of the reason why you're friends with this person, okay? Because that's the trap that I fell under. Like I used to, like as I said, I used to use and stuff like that, and then, I got clean, and then, like I didn't want to hang out with my friends because they were using, and I just didn't feel the same. And then I realized, like, oh, I don't have any people, I don't have anyone to talk to, so what did I do, right? I do what most people do in this scenario, and I go back into a toxic environment, right? Why? Because the toxic environment was once filling some form of a void that I felt like I had, like, because nobody wants to feel alone, but at the same time, we're not alone and feeling alone. So it's the irony in that, and that's the reason why vulnerability is such a big issue, and the reason why alcohol and drugs are such a prominent thing is because it helps to kind of gain courage to express either vulnerability or to mask your insecurities, And hey, we all have that, man. I don't care who you are, man. You could be fucking The Rock, okay? And that cunt there seems like he's got it all together, right? But the truth is, man, he's just as fucking insecure as all of us are, right? And when you're an entertainer too, right, you realize that you can find a common interest in anyone that you're around, okay? You can get along with anyone. You can diffuse any argument with humor, right? So, most arguments with humor. Some people are just, you catch them at the wrong time and, they're bound to throw some down. But, hey, that's just life, man. And some things you can't prevent. But what you can prevent is hanging out with the wrong people for the wrong reasons, okay? And the main message that I'm trying to get across here to you guys is that I want you to just be aware. Be aware of the people that you're around. Be aware of your intentions towards the people around you and their intentions towards you. And if you both have similar intentions in terms of, I want to hang out with this person even though they're smoking weed, like I want to hang out with them because I want to hang out with them. You know what I mean? Whether I'm smoking or not. You know what I mean? That's just, it's an element. It's not the reason why I'm there. You know what I mean? So when you realize that, then you'll know that you have some proper foundation for a fucking friendship. Okay? Because the moment that you realize this, hopefully you can change it, you know? But till next time. Hey guys, the only reason why I'm filming like this is because I wanted to just prove a point, okay? I read an article somewhere that was talking about the reason why girls take photos like this and guys take photos like this, right? And the main reason why that is because when you look down like this, that means it's somewhat submissive, right? Somewhat petite, and that's what most women want to be. They want to be petite. Whereas men, we want to be big. We want to be superior. So we have these shots like this, right? And this is the reason why we take those shots. So, yeah, now you know. Yeah.
I need to see that.
No, it's okay, they're pretty tough. Oh, they're pretty tough. So I can't put my feet up because I got stockings and I got walked around my feet.
Hello.
Hey.
What's your name?
My name is V. Gurka.
Ooh, okay. Tell me, V. Tell us a story.
A story. I tell you a story about the mountains of south of India. I arrived there and there was this man with this magical eyes and I told him that because I think through the eyes we can see straight in the soul or in another universe of a person.
Yes.
And yeah, and at the end, like we started like traveling together and came out that he was once my dad, and we had like so many past lives and we could just feel it. Also how we acted with each other, we were in the same age, and it's just interesting how we can feel like the true depth of the past, of our past lives, and also how we interact with people, and we always come back to them.
So, how did you find out about these past lives?
I think you feel it. You just know it. How you act with each other. It's like already this feeling. Sorry. It's like he was acting with me like that he was teaching me the whole time something, and I had this feeling like I'm just learning from him the whole time. And also the eyes, I was just at this one moment I just said to him, it's so nice to meet you again. And we have never seen us in this life, but you just know.
So, do you feel like you sense a lot of people's spirits?
You see what?
Do you sense a lot of people's spirits and maybe like their past lives?
I think with the ones, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's not with everyone that easy, but especially with the people with who you are connected with.
Yes.
You can. And I have this feeling you're just meant to meet each other.
Yes.
There was this one man, it was like an artist, and it came like through a magical way. Can I tell the story? Yeah. Through a magical way to his place. I knew in New Zealand that I will do carving.
Yes.
And I will carve some greenstone for my parents. And at this one day I passed that art studio and I stopped there. It was like an arts village. And there was this one man, and I just went in and I was like, wow, can you teach me how to carve greenstone? And he said, like, yeah, I can do that. He was asking me what are my plans, and I was telling him about it. And he was like, oh yeah, you can go I know some people from the South Island where you could learn that. And I was like, straight away, like, nah, it's you. You have to teach me. And it's like that you channel certain times just things, and it's meant to be that things are happening. And yeah, so at the end I was like hanging out there and carving greenstone for a whole week. And when we talked to each other, like he could see so many different faces in my face, and we just knew straight away we had like this.
Chemistry.
I think this was
soul alignment?
it's deeper. I think he's one of my soulmates. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us what was a piece of wisdom from that journey?
From the journey, that I can be so relaxed in life because the people who I have to meet or who are meant to be to meet, I will meet them. Yeah.
So does that mean that destiny exists, or the universe brings you people at the right time, or what do you think that is?
I actually don't know. I think we can't. I don't know. I really don't know if destiny exists, because that would mean that I also don't have really a choice. But I think we created before already a plan,
Yes.
like what we want to experience, and we will exactly experience that. But at the same time, like our soul, I think, desires it to be with our soulmates, and it's
Yes.
just like a part, like I have this feeling it's like kind of like that we are one, and then at one point we are splitting, but we have always like the tendency of like get pulled together. And I think it depends also like how you're connected to yourself and how much are you listening to your intuition. And if you are listening to it, it just brings you exactly there where you have to be. And it's so much easier for yourself because you made the plan from the beginning on. So it's nice to follow your plan because you probably chose the best for you. Yeah.
I feel yeah. So do you think that potentially, like there's this saying in Judaism that they talk about that there's puzzle pieces all around the world, and we are the ones that put them together. We're here to put them together. So potentially that whole thing that you're just talking about, soulmates and stuff like that, I feel like that could be a part of it,
Yeah, everything is a part of the whole puzzle. It's like the whole matrix, which as like through so many different things. Like each little piece is important. It
Yes.
starts with like Ben, for example. How I've met him, it was like he started doing it like with a dream, and so because of that he had this one dream, he did certain things and connected with certain people, and this was the way of like my desire at the
Yes.
whole time was like to have a home, to find a home, and because Ben acted in that certain way, at the end I came in his life because of this one dream. So it's like we're getting so many information like through so many different things, and everything is perfect. It just works perfectly, and we don't have to stress at all because at the end it's like we're just doing it anyway. Yeah, if
So-
we are listening to the signs.
So potentially, it's like you know, I get stumbled across this whole thing where it's like we manifest our thoughts and our dreams, but also is things random occurrences or are they predestined? And the question is that no one really knows because we just live in the moment, right? We live in the present, and that's pretty much all we do, you know?
Maybe. Can be also that it depends on your belief system what you have, and
Yes.
you create your reality. At the end it seems like that this is all like a big dream and you are the creator, and if you really believe that you're the creator, it's like everything is possible. If I believe on destiny, then it will be destiny.
Yes.
But if you create your life, for example, I don't know, that you can manifest things, then you are starting like being the creator, you know? And then you take over your life and you start creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want a catchphrase to go out with?
Sorry?
Do you want a catchphrase to go out with?
What is catchphrase?
So like they're saying like bazinga or bonsai, whatever you want to make up.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, mate.
Not too much at the minute.
Tell us your name.
Ben,
Okay, Ben. Tell us a story, bro.
I'd like to tell a story about what I would have, to start a little bit earlier than that, I would have said that I've had a lot of loves in my life. There's one person who came into it from last year and they changed that, and I think that's really my first love. And yeah, I think it might be my last love.
So it's your first love and your last love. Okay. Explain that, man. Do you? What is your theory on love? Is it the way that you're feeling about the person? Is it like utterly acceptance between the pair of you? Like what is? Explain.
When we met, it was just crossing paths, and we immediately connected, and it felt like we were re-meeting one another,
Yes.
rather than meeting each other for the first time. And every time past that, we'd never make plans. It would just be a matter of like just falling into each other's lives. And whenever we did, we'd just cancel plans and stay around for 3 days and just lap up every second of it that we could get. And yeah, and we've tried shifting in a couple of times, moving in together, and both times it's broken down within a few weeks and too much too quickly. And right now I don't really know where I am with it, where things lay.
So I feel like it's kind of difficult because, you know, our whole definition of love is different, because the way that we express love and the way that we feel loved is completely different. So like when you're in a relationship, you know, it's kind of like you're expressing the way that you seen love being expressed in your house, right? And potentially she's doing the same thing to you. And sometimes that can be conflicting because, you know, like she's also her own person, but at the same time she's expressing the way that she feels, but it's not received the same way that you feel, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I think I'm following. Could you pose the question again, or what you asked?
So like my whole idea, man, I feel as if, do you feel as if like this is a monument chapter in your life and it's gonna be over, or do you feel like if you overthink it, it's just, I don't know.
I definitely feel as though the more I've tried to take control of the situation and the more he's tried to take control of the situation, we've realised that it's not going to work that way. If it's going to work, it's not going to work that way. The pattern is that when we let go, when we release control and allow things to flow naturally, it looks very much as though we naturally want to and should be and will be somehow. And that's why I'm okay with the fact that we're not speaking right now, not on the best terms right now. I feel as though that's what we need right now.
Well, I mean, like, you know what? Sometimes they say in all relationships you have to take a break to kind of separate yourself from that person. Not only because the person that you hang around you become, but also I feel like you need time to miss someone to really feel
less authentic when you're around them all the time, in a sense.
Yeah, you're not. You're not authentic. You're not yourself, man. You know, and I feel as if like, but distance always creates fondness, but I feel like there's a level. You know, it's a difficult one. That one.
I've had to draw the line in the relationship in the last week, where I've decided that sort of living in the same place and seeing each other every day and spending all of our time together, when I feel as though the affection is not reciprocated on the same level, not yet, it hurts too much to just be friends for the time being. So I've had to decide for my own sake that I need to have some space, and I think that'll be a good thing. I feel as though I'm returning to myself.
I mean,
feel as though that's the self that they want to be with, not the person that I put on when I'm around them.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Like they say, you know, like in order to feel loved, you have to be vulnerable, right? And that's the only way you can kind of feel loved, or else if there's so much walls that you're putting up or the other person's putting up, it's always a fight to love them. You know, and that's the fucking sad part, because like, you know how you feel and they know how you feel, but at the same time everyone has questions of doubt, because we all know that the whole promise of love is uncertainty. Nothing is eternal as much as, you know, this whole idea of marriage fucking proposes or whatever, right? So like, you know, like my whole view is that we are all polygamous by our primal nature, okay? Meaning that we always want another person because we're a coexistent species, right? But this idea of monogamy was an idea of ownership, right?
I believe that in a sense.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to be owned and to feel like you have someone there constantly, but at the same time, depending on the way that you look at it, there has to be balance, bro. And that's why I say that distance is a great thing, because you're seeing yourself again for who you were. And like you said, man, I feel like you're getting a piece of yourself back.
And as I become closer to myself, I become closer to Steph again. And I think that will come to fruition in the way that it needs to. I'm confident that we'll be together in this life or the next, or in the next life, or the next and the next. It's just, as I said, it feels like this isn't the first time we've met, and it doesn't feel like it'll be the last.
Yes. So tell us a piece of wisdom from your journey.
Trying to draw some wisdom from this story. I think it really is authenticity. It really is that matter of being firm in yourself, not having resistance with yourself.
Yeah.
So long I was toiling over, the pain of asking to leave, not being able to see him every day, and the pain of potentially losing him forever for disappointing him in that way, for asking him to. And treading that line between those two unknowns was just too much, and the sustained frustration of being in the same. Yeah, I've lost my train.
No. But I do get your point, man.
You cut this up, don't you?
I feel yeah, I'll edit it, bro. But anyway, the whole point I feel is that you're getting across is to have authenticity and know your boundaries, man. And communication is the key to any friendship or relationship for that matter. So I feel like that's beautiful, man. Do you have a catchphrase that you want to go out with?
Everything happens for a reason.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine.
What's your name?
My name is Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. I'm Alex.
You're Alex.
Yes.
Hi. Nice to meet you guys.
I was wondering, could you tell us a story?
Yes, of course. I have millions of stories, but what I can tell right now is that we are in a beautiful bay of Melbourne right now, and we talk about wisdom, right?
Yes. Okay, all right, so we're in a beautiful bay right now.
Yeah.
What's the story of you getting to this place today?
This is a long story. But this is a really long story, but I think you guys don't have so much time. So just to say, like, circumstances and friends and whatever. But what I can tell is, what I would like to tell is, don't judge people, just be open and get to know people, because you never know what is behind the person. So just open your heart and you will see, you will learn from each person you meet something.
I like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It is.
I feel the same way, but I also feel like you learn after time that everyone has flaws, right? And if we judge ourselves before we talk to someone, then that's when we judge ourselves.
End of the interview. They're going.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice meeting you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Bye. Thank you.
So now I'm here in Melbourne. I have been half a year here working, and now I'm going to up north. It has been a long time. I was looking to do this trip, but it's difficult when you meet the right people and you meet like a family, when you have this community sense and so much love and so much peace in you. But then you have to remember that you have another path as well. So I'm going in 2 weeks, in two days. And yeah, I'm just going to find communities, because I realize that's the way, meeting people, because I basically travel because people, not because places.
Yes.
People, it's just amazing, like what you can learn from them. They're my books, basically.
So tell me, where's the next journey for you in 2 days?
I'm going to Cairns. I'm going north. I don't know what's my next station. I'm like driving up to follow the sun and be warm. And yeah, like I don't know. I don't have plans. Just driving.
So you're planning on driving like out of Melbourne to like maybe Queensland?
Yeah, first Blue Mountains and then Nimbin or Mullumbimby, these places where I heard there are this cool place over there. And then yeah, just live. Because I have been half a year here working. It's like, okay, now I need to enjoy. So yeah, that's.
So tell me, you say that when you meet people, it's kind of like you're reading books. So I'm gathering that you've learnt a lot of wisdom along your road. So tell us a piece of wisdom that maybe someone's taught you on your road.
So I learned that we are all one.
Yes.
That sounds like very typical, but we are coming from the same, and we're coming from the stars as well, and that we know each other, but maybe in past life. That's why we connect so deeply as well.
Yes.
And yeah, that's so beautiful that, okay, we're not family, like blood family, but it feels like home when you're with these people.
Like your soul's connecting with soulmates.
Yeah, and it's like wherever you go, it's home, you know, like I have been 2 years now away from home. I love my family, but here, like, I have so many family, like everywhere we go,
everywhere I go, it's you attract these people, the right people, and just
What we were talking about the last interview that we were talking about is that there was about how people meet each other, right?
Yeah.
And I feel as if like there's like I was talking about this with somebody else, but I feel like with love, right? Love is kind of like it's like springtime, right? Springtime with the leaf, and then when autumn comes, you like it falls, and then springtime comes again. You meet someone new, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing in terms of like you're learning different chapters through other people, right? So on your journey, it's the same thing with all the friends and stuff that you meet along your way. Is that it's like you're learning a different aspect, not only of other people, but a different aspect of your personality, considering we're all reflections, right?
Right. Yeah. That's it. Like since I'm here in Australia, like I always consider myself, I was not artistic, I didn't know how to sing, but I already saying that I'm blocking myself to try. It's like, no, I'm not good, I'm not going to try, I'm not good. And since I'm here in Australia, I just like, fuck yes, of course I can. Like just try it and take a piece of paper and just draw. Like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, okay, yeah. And you can, I'm creating so many stuff now. I'm so happy. Like I think traveling made me that, and meeting these beautiful people with so many skills. Like because I'm trying to find my path. I guess like everyone, but in terms of like how I can live my life but still like maybe earn a bit of money, to continue traveling or surviving. So now I'm getting into crafts and into healing as well. And there's so many things to learn, and still wondering which is my path. But actually it was funny because before coming to Australia I had an oracle that is like through some coins, blah blah blah, it says you the page, and my question was like, okay, which is my path in terms of like how to survive, and so I opened the page and it was saying you need to cross the big waters, and actually 1 week later I was going to Australia and it's like, okay, that's the place. So and since I'm here I'm doing these crafts. Well, look, I did this. That was my first piece with jewelry. Also, like I have been squatting with people that they are like artisans that they sell stuff on the street. It's so amazing, these people, because like when you see in the street artisans, you would think like with the crystal and so that you would think that they buy these crystals, but the people I met, they go into the caves and they take the crystal, and every crystal has a story. And I know these people. It's like, oh, actually.
So have you been to, there's this place, I think it's called Crystal World, and they I think you mine your own crystals there.
Right, no, I haven't been, no. But I haven't been in Powelltown, and it's a place that you go to the river and you just take the stones, you're like, wow, like they are shiny, and you can polish them, and you already can do crystals, you can find quartz, stuff like that. And,
so do you design crystals yourself?
No, this one's it's one I don't design in I just designed like the outside. The crystals, it's the ones I found on the road. And
Okay. Do you want a catchphrase to go out with? Catchphrase. So like a word to say goodbye.
Peace and love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As you can see, it's all synergy, man. I feel like attracts like. And as you can see, everyone that you've met tonight kind of touches on all the topics that I've been talking about. So if any of this information resonates with you, cool, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you want any stickers, go in the description and I'll email them out to you, man. Anyway, till next time.
We try to close our eyes.
what to do. I guess the sundial's been telling the moon and everything's done. It's already consumed and my heart's just caught up in this doom. I'ma get done and I'ma get it done. I keep telling myself till the sun goes blue. You know who it is, man, me and the foul moon. I know who it is, the werewolf go cool. What the fuck am I saying? Stuck in a brain loop, insane, man. But you know, I'm just playing. So the games that we say like
every time the fire ignites. So